Alright guys, the Fantastic Four has been rebooted yet again. How does First Steps rate? What's going on guys? Welcome to another review. This is your boy NarikChase, and in this video we're going to be reviewing Fantastic Four First Steps, which is a 2025 superhero film directed by Matt Shakman, starring Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Ebon Moss-Bachrach, Joseph Quinn, Julia Garner, and Ralph Inosen. These are some names for you. I'm just going to mispronounce them. Now, I didn't have any expectations for this film, and like everybody else, due to the failure of Captain America, Thunderbolts, which screw you guys, I actually like Thunderbolts, and a multitude of other films that come out that just sucked in the last year and a half. I didn't think Fantastic Four First Steps was going to be anything, and plus I'm not really the biggest Fantastic Four fan. However, I will say this, Fantastic Four First Steps actually surprised me. There was a lot going on in this movie, and there's a lot that it does well. First, the performances actually really good. Vanessa Kirby completely sold it for me as Susan Storm. I thought she was caring. I thought she had strength. I thought she was the glue that held the family together. She was warm and embracing, and I really enjoyed it with her character. Also, I have to give it to Pedro Pascal. I think the man is he can act his tail off. Was he miscast as Mr. Fantastic? Yes. But I think above any of the other people that portrayed Mr. Fantastic, he actually nailed the intellectual side of the character. I felt like he was actually a genius, mainly from his mannerisms to the way his dialogue worked. And this is a problem with the other films, with the way they were written, but I think he definitely nailed it. I liked Johnny Storm. Joseph Quinn does a good job with Johnny Storm. He's likable. He's kind of a douche. Chris Evans' version was kind of a likable douche as well. But I think in this one, he showcases a bit more like scientific along with his douchiness and likability. And of course, I did not mind Ebon Moss-Bachrach. I don't know how to Bachrach. I don't know how to say this man's name. But I thought he did a good thing, a good performance as the Thing. He actually felt like the comic book accurate version of the character. He was likable. He was, down to earth, and I like that he walked through the streets and was greeting people and saying things like that. I didn't mind that. So as far as the Fantastic Four, I think they did a good job nailing those characters in this film, especially their dynamics. This is really the first time I've seen Reed and Sue on film actually have like real strong chemistry. This is probably the strongest chemistry that I've seen in a Fantastic Four. Like, you can definitely feel it there. But aside from that, I do like the retro look of it. It has that 50s look. It reminds me of Fallout. But, in the original Fantastic Four, that's when they debuted. That's what it looks like. And I think they did a great job with the set pieces, the vehicles, the suits, the clothing, the costume designs. It just feels like it is ripped straight out of a comic book. Also, I gotta say this too. I listened to the theme song. Freaking amazing. Definitely is going to be award winning. It's definitely going to be, somebody's going to probably win something at the end of the year for just how great this is. And it's one of those earworms. You hear it and it just repeats. It was really good. Really emotionally impactful. But the story is kind of dumb. But the overall thing of the story is they've been Fantastic Four for 4 years. The world loves them. They fought all of these bad guys, but they're helping to instill world peace. They're pretty much the celebrities of this planet. And then one day the Silver Surfer shows up, tells everybody Galactus is coming to destroy everybody. You're gonna eat their world up, and throws everything into chaos. I thought the story was actually pretty good, though there are some little things here, and I thought the characters themselves had things to do. I think I like the fact that they all get moments. I don't think the other films were able to establish that they get their individual moments that actually help in the overall effort. of trying to stop Galactus, and I'm not just saying during like a fight or anything, just like in general throughout the entire film. I thought that everybody had good moments. I liked Johnny's arc. I thought he had a pretty good arc in the film. I do like Sue and Richards. I will say Ben probably had the lightest when it comes to an arc, and I feel like that might be a bit missing from the film. Like they probably had a little bit something extra, and I would have liked to seen that to help give him his arc. But ultimately, I did like the way that they were going with the films. One of the things also that I thought was really, really cool as well, and you have to forgive me, some douchebag out there had decided they wanted to cut grass and weed eat and all of this stuff while I'm doing the video. Hopefully y'all don't hear that when I put the music on. But anyways, I thought this was a good film. I liked it. It had a lot of heart. It had a lot of charm. There is a bit of comedy to it, but I don't think it was out the way. I thought it worked, specifically like some of the banter. I will say this. I know that there were some red flags when it came to the marketing of this film, but I would say it's good. It's a good film despite that. It didn't feel woke. It didn't feel preachy. It was just a good story about family sacrifice and perseverance. And also, we got to see, you know, and for the Silver Surfer, Julia Garner does a really good job with the Silver Surfer. I kind of had my doubts initially, but I was like, you know what, let's see what she goes with. Does a freaking good job. She does play the Silver Surfer, but she doesn't play it the same way that was portrayed in Rise of the Silver Surfer, which I really appreciated. She took the character, made it her own thing, made her unique. She had a lot of really cool moments too, and I ultimately really went with the character. I was with the character the whole time. But let's just talk about the big one that they've spoiled in the trailers and everything. How was Galactus? This was the best version of Galactus, live action, hands down. He was menacing. He was badass. He had presence. You get to see his ship. And the guy that Raph Inosen did a fantastic job with the character. He was completely badass. It's hard to adapt a character like Galactus. Oh, this douchebag in the thing. It's hard to adapt Galactus, a character like him, for live action, but they managed to do a really good job of it. And I touched on this earlier. There is a fight sequence at the end where we get to see the Fantastic Four trying to stop Galactus from achieving his goal, which would lead to the destruction of Earth. And it's just honestly one of the best fight scenes I've seen in a superhero film. And I just love the coordination and how it worked out, and the level of destruction and everything. But ultimately, I did like this film. Yes, there were some things that could have been done, maybe a bit more action, maybe a little less emphasis, and also there's some interesting character choices that happened in the film that I thought probably wasn't the best idea, but maybe that's all due to just who the characters are, so this is how they would react in those situations. But ultimately, there's some really good action sequences. The movie had a lot of heart to it. We got to definitely see these characters. It's not an origin story, but it does talk about their origins. So at this point, they're in the game, 4 years in the game, so they know what they're doing. And there were some cameos in here. Some I thought were okay. Some I didn't. Doom, for those who don't know, shows up at the end credits, and honestly, it wasn't nothing special. At least not to me. The movie could have just went on, and nobody would have known a damn thing. But ultimately, I will say this: I thought this was a good film. I loved the performances. I liked the action sequences. I loved the world setup, the world building. There's a lot of heart, a lot of charm to this film, and I have to say it's possibly the best Fantastic Four film that's out. And I like Rise of the Silver Surfer. So, having said that, Fantastic Four First Steps definitely deserves 4. So guys, in the comment section below, let me know, what did you think about Fantastic Four First Steps? Did you like the film? Did you not like the film? Who was your favorite cast? And also, what are your thoughts about Silver Surfer and Galactus? Be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notifications button to get the best of what we got going on this channel, and we'll definitely catch you guys later.